House fire on Fairview Drive in Macon last night left one firefighter dead and 5 others injured. Our team coverage begins tonight with 41 NBC's Alexa Rodriguez. She joins us near the home on Fairview Drive with the latest.
Macon Fire Chief Marvin Riggins says the cause of the fire is still unknown, but Georgia fire marshals and ATF are working on an investigation. Right now, we don't have any word on their findings. But Chief Riggins adds he doesn't believe this fire was caused by anything out of the ordinary.
It doesn't appear anything that makes me believe that there's anything per se unusual about it, but no two fires are alike.
That's especially true for Wednesday night's house fire on Fairview Drive.
The code red was called.
Macon Fire Chief Marvin Riggins explains that means something catastrophic happened.
What had occurred was there was a collapse.
Firefighters arrived on scene and saw people outside of the burning home. Crews switched from search and rescue to suppression mode. Their main goal was to put out the fire. But the upper level of the home just wasn't strong enough.
It caused 4 or 5 firefighters, which was on top on that level, to fall down into the basement area.
Lieutenant Randy Parker was the first firefighter to fall.
Lieutenant Parker was entrapped more than 30 minutes. There was an enormous amount of heat and smoke and gas and fire in the basement area.
Despite efforts to save him, Lieutenant Parker died.
He sustained a lot of heat and gases to the respiratory area.
Firefighters say losing Lieutenant Randy Parker is like losing a brother.
You always want to know what could he do to help. And I won't ever forget that.
Macon-Bibb County Mayor Robert Rickert fought back tears Thursday, mentioning how important it is to thank those who risk their lives to keep the public safe.
We ought to always be cognizant and mindful of the risk that they take for us to preserve not just life, but property.
5 other firefighters were also injured. Chief Riggins says part of their suppression method involves punching holes in the ceiling, walls, and floors to ventilate the smoke.
What the firefighters want to do is to try and remove some of the smoking gases from the flame, from the exposure itself, so that it keeps it from staying inside, it rises up.
Chief Riggins adds it's easier to see and fight the fire when smoke is cleared. He does not believe his team's suppression methods caused the floor to collapse.
Because the area which is in question was not.
Neighbors say they heard 3 big explosions the night of the fire, but Chief Riggins says it did not affect his team.
There could have been lots of types of aerosols of things that could have caused that type of explosion. As far as I know at this point in time, there was nothing that was related to an explosion that triggered any of the incidents that later occurred.
Part of the investigation is to recreate what happened here Wednesday night. Chief Riggins doesn't want to rush the investigation, so there's no word on when that will be finished. 41 NBC